since I'm cooking for 4 people, they do need a bit more time to get really that nice golden color. But in case you're cooking for just 2 people, as I told you already, you just have to use 4 eggs and just cut the ingredients that I'm telling you, the number, by half, okay? So for example, for the chips, I use about 350 grams, okay? So this is the package of the crisps in case you want to see it. Batata palha is how we call it in Portuguese. And for the olives, I used this really nice organic olives, okay, that are the Galician olives that I was telling you about. Really nice and tasty. So, okay. Hello everyone, sorry we had a bit of a cut on Facebook and YouTube. I don't know what happened. It was cut off, the call, for some reason. But we're back here and we're just continuing the process of goldening up the onions and garlic and bay leaf and chili pepper all together here in the wok. And I'm also mixing up, okay, whisking the eggs. So afterwards we can all put it all together with the crisps and the leeks, okay? So now I'm gonna start putting the leeks in the wok. Okay, so we can, now that it's already a little bit golden, you can start by putting the leeks. Very well. Oh, by the way, when I put the wok with the olive oil, of course, and the onions and the garlic and the chili pepper and the bay leaf, but I also put a little bit of vinegar in case you want to add that. I really like it. I like that touch. So in case you want to add it. So many leeks, my God. It's going to be a feast today. My friends are going to be like super, super full. No one can complain on this house that they haven't eaten today. So very well. Start stirring up the leeks, okay, and put it all together with a mix of the onions as well. As usual, you already know that. Just gonna wash my hands again. Just very careful. Just for you to understand, we have like a very fragile kind of structure here holding up the 2 phones. So we can do this broadcast for you today, guys. So it's kind of an interesting situation. Okay. Just gonna put a bit of, I like to mix, I'm really like, I don't ever follow like a recipe. I always like to mix my personal stuff. So I actually am gonna just put a little bit of rice wine. Is it okay with you? Yeah. Just a little bit of rice vinegar to make it a little bit sweeter. The leeks as well. Okay. So you can also add whatever you want. You know, the best thing about cooking is to be creative. As well. Although this is a very traditional recipe, you can always mix it up a bit. So here at Porto Walkers team, we always like to do these kind of live events to keep in touch with you. The people that would like to visit us as well here in Portugal and cannot because of the troubled times we're living now. So they can always watch this and have like a feel, a bit of, you know, of Portugal through these videos. So I hope I can also give you that. In case you're wondering why am I cooking a vegetarian recipe today, I actually was a vegetarian for about 8 years until I joined food tours. And yes, I stopped being a vegetarian because of that. Because if you've been to Portugal, you probably know that we eat a lot of meat, like an obscene amount of meat every single day here in this country. So because of that, I stopped eating meat for a while. But then I started once again because of the tours. But I still love cooking vegetarian meals. You know, every time I cook, I almost always do vegetarian food. I'd rather. It's lighter as well. Although you can also do a lot of greasy vegetarian recipes like these, like this beautiful, crisp, sleek kind of stir fry. Okay. And by the way, a bit more about history. This recipe that I'm doing today, it's very well known in Portugal. The bacalhau à brás, the codfish à brás, and also the leeks à brás. But it's also quite well known in Spain. So in Spain, they call it golden codfish, or like codfish stir fry as well. So codfish stir fry a la Portuguese, like Portuguese. So it's actually a very famous recipe as well in Spain. Just for you to understand that Spain always comes here to Portugal just to eat the codfish. They absolutely love it, okay? So you should also come here to eat our codfish and our leeks. Very good. All right, so let's start by adding the crisps right now. The leeks are a bit, no, but they have to cook a bit more, I guess. I'm just going to wait a bit more, okay? So you should cook them for about 5 minutes, I would say. So I'm just going to show you how it looks. Yeah? So they should be a bit less green, you know what I mean? Like a bit more soft. That's how I like them. So I'm just going to cook them for a bit more. I'm going to turn up the heat a bit as well. Now that we have a lot of food, we can allow ourselves that, okay? A lot of things here going on. Just going to put a bit more olive oil as well. So very well. Okay. Okay, so afterwards for the parsley and the olives, we're going to use this at the end for the garnish, okay? So meanwhile, we're going to use the little fries, the crisps, and afterwards the eggs. So when the crisps, you don't want the crisps to get really, the crisps or the fries, whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from, you don't want them to get too soggy. You want them to still be crispy. So you add the crisps, and right immediately afterwards you add the eggs as well, okay? So try to do that quite quickly so you can get a good texture out of it, you know, because it will get a bit soggy afterwards. So you want to try to get a good texture out of it first. Okay. So just going to turn on the heat a bit. Now let's add the crisps. Time to add our beautiful crisps, little fries. Okay. Yum. So vegetarian, but not 100% very healthy. Doesn't mean that vegetarian always has to be healthy food, right? So now we're going to add the egg. Okay. Just going to add a bit and stir it a bit as well. Doing this for 4 people is like a lot of food. Look at this, guys. Jesus. Someone's gonna get fed today. Alright. So okay. Pode ir buscar aquele pratinho pequeno, verde. Obrigada. In case you were wondering what Portuguese sounded like, here you had a bit of Portuguese for you. Yes. Obrigada. Nada. Chega que não esteja chamado. Obrigada. Você tá famosa? Okay. So we're starting to get a good mix here. As you can see, it's starting to get all together. It's starting to come together really nicely, okay? So here we go. Very well. Just putting a bit of parsley now. Okay. And a bit of the olives as well. Okay, so all of the olives. I really like olives, so I put them all in as well. We all like a lot olives here at this house, so okay. So that's it. It's pretty much done. Guys, it's super simple. It takes around not even half an hour to make it. Again, it's a lazy day kind of recipe. So hope you make it at home as well. Again, we're going to stream this. We're going to put this live on all of our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, so you can re-watch it afterwards to make the actual recipe. Because I know I did it quite fast, so you wouldn't be here watching me doing all of the things. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Yes, please stay at home. It's really important. I've been at home as well because of my family, but I do go out for the hygienic walks, as people call it, like for jogging sometimes. So it's also important to do that to freshen up. But hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Thank you. Okay.